Hey YouTube, happy Go Battle weekend. It is on right now, so 100 battles on the Saturday and Sunday, so good luck grinding. I'm sure that is what I'm doing today as well. But this battle is from James, who says, Washed Legend, you and me both. Always like DRIFBLIM and tried it with Mystical Fire for the steals, 8 and 2 or 7 and 3. Guess there's not a crazy amount of these, but still fun. Lost one because of typing, but you wouldn't know the typing either. You'll know what I mean when you see it. Okay. The team itself, I was just looking at it. I understand it's more or less balanced in that, like, DRIFBLIM's going to have problems with, like, electric. And then marowak will deal with that. And then you've got answers for water and grass and stuff like that. But the problem is this team's triple to ice. So if you see a nice Pokemon, you are in pretty big trouble, even though you do have cover moves for Ice, Mystical Fire, and Rock Tomb and Rock Slide. So you do have some coverage, but it's going to be somewhat tough to overcome. But let's take a look at the battles to see how it plays out. Primeape, good lead. It does have Rage Fist, and it is a Shadow Pokemon. So, you know, can you take one? Probably. Is it going to hurt? Yep. It's going to put you like yellow or red at this point. Ice Punch. Ice Punch takes it to the deep red. Dunsparce comes in. So I would probably go Marowak. The reason I would say I would go Marowak is because the rollout would have been resisted, and then it would have been drill runs, whereas the rollout is neutral here. But I guess that they can only throw... No, they can throw drill run too because you're half ground. You are running Bullet Seed, so a little bit less damage, but a little faster on the charge for the first... I think the first one. So did lower the attack, and with it just going to overfarm a bit. Not really worrying too much about this move. So there's the drill run. Gonna get off next move before they get it off. Yeah, so getting off the next move before they get it off. That takes it out. Back comes the Primeape, so going to try to lower its attack or take it out. They do shield. Coming in here, they've thrown Ice Punch already. You have to shield. Anything from this Pokemon is going to hurt. It is just a Rage Fist, and it has a Marowak in the... Sorry, not Marowak. It is an Azumarill in the back against your Marowak, which is tough. It's a very tough matchup. Bubble super effective, Ice Beam super effective. You're only doing neutral, and while you have a bit of energy advantage, they can just live like 3 of these, or 2, and the third one would take out. So now you have to like shield, spam, or get out, but you're even still... Yeah, you need to catch here. This is going to be tough. So another Bone Club, not enough to take out, which means they may try to commit to the Bubble Down. It's going to be close though. And they did not commit to the Bubble Down. They threw, and with it catching on the Cradily, they do undercharge to get a couple bubbles off and a... Yep, but now it's tie. Wow, 1 HP win. Nice. That's a tough matchup in the back there. DRIFBLIM into Cradily. So this is nice, especially if it has Acid. Right? So they can... Rock Tomb is super effective, but the Astonishes are adding up. They will outpace you. You shield up Rock Tomb. You go 1 more Astonish and an Icy Wind to lower their attack and hit super effective. And this will lower the attack and be super effective. They've already lowered your attack once, so they could just do that. We can try and catch here. We're just going to take it. Are we going to double shield? What are we going to do here? Going to double shield. Your attack is now 2 times lowered, so depending on what comes in, I probably reset. Yeah. Now, is this the best reset? It's tough. It's the best you've got, I guess. Cradily, Bullet Seed is very resisted. So you have to go Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb is at least neutral. And it is faster charging. So not the worst case scenario. There's your first Rock Tomb. Does lower their attack. Here comes the second one. Not enough to take out because Bullet Seed is double resisted. So it's not doing anything. And it's a bad move too. Not a bad move. It's just not a good damage move. So you're going to have to throw another move. Looks like they were trying to catch. They do catch on a Cradily, which is okay. I mean, you've already chipped it so much that they're just going to... That's actually not okay, because that's just so much energy wasted. Corviknight comes back in to throw... Wow, they... What do they have in the back here? You know, it's Air Cutter. So you'll live. but they now just let their Pokemon go down to a back Pokemon that will now not be able to reset the lowering of the. I hate when I don't hate. Sorry, hate's the wrong word, but don't do this. And what are they doing? Not using shields. You don't even know what the back Pokemon is. What is your opponent doing? They let their last Pokemon come in when they cannot reset the Icy Wind. So now their attack is 2 times lowered. Mud Slap is very resisted. Coming in here basically to sacrifice Marowak. The Mud Slaps are going to be adding up here. Honestly, you don't even need to throw. You should just be coming to the fast move down. Not that it matters, though. I don't think that they can even get to a move here. No, not with a 2 times lowered attack. And Body Slam is resisted on DRIFBLIM because it's half Ghost. Weird play by your opponent. Okay. DRIFBLIM into Azumarill. Could have been okay with Shadow Ball. With no Shadow Ball, a little tougher. And you're triple weak to Ice, which this will have. At least trying to fake like you have the Shadow Ball. Maybe you'll get it back. Maybe you'll get the shield back. What are we trying to do? You're catching a super effective move, my man. What are we doing here? Marowak just comes in anyways. And they, instead of throwing the Ice Beam, come in with Sableye to shield that too. I'm surprised they didn't put some more pressure on you. Like, they already had shield advantage and they were pretty loaded. So I'm surprised they didn't put the pressure on the Ice Beam move. But here comes a second Bone Club. Will not take them out, but it'll put them low. They may get to another foul play here, though. That's fine. We just let this go. We don't let it go? Interesting. Don't they have an... Venusaur comes in. Bone Club still would have been neutral because they're half poison. DRIFBLIM comes in. Azumarill comes in. You did lower the attack, but they are probably going to shield and get the Ice Beam off. And then you need to instant swap, but you're probably going to be taken out here even though you did lower the attack. Nope. Do live a little bit. That's nice. Yeah, you only have 2 options here. I kind of like I think you're making the right play. Your options are you take it out before the Ice Beam hits and hope you can outpace there, or you commit to the farm down. No, you can't do this. unless you still have an Icy Wind on DRIFBLIM, then you can. I think you had to because now they're going to get to a move and take you out. Because one is not enough. I think you had to throw before to not take that move and then try and outpace, or you do have an Icy Wind. Okay, so it's all for naught. But the Icy Wind is fine. If you didn't have the Icy Wind, though, I think you had to commit to the farm down and come out with 2 moves. Because as you can see, one just kind of leaves you in purgatory there. Dragonite. Again, kind of a weird one. They're just going to outpace significantly. But you can easily shield and grab the shield back with this next move if you want. And then they may just shield and try and get the second move off to take you out, though. Nope, letting it go. Wigglytuff. I'm surprised you're not getting out. I understand you have Icy Wind. That will lower its attack, which really puts pressure on them. And, you know, the Icy Wind does 50%. Astonish is double resisted on the normal typing. So basically, you let them just get so much energy. Unfortunately for them, they're just banking on Wiggly being their win con. Came in almost blindly into your Marowak with their, Wheezing. And now, not knowing your back Pokemon yet, which can now lower your attack. Icy Wind does land. But now you just lower the... I mean, if they're going to double throw, that's fine. I think you just take it with Marowak. Yeah, and then you just shield down. Yeah. Opponents are really loving to save these shields for last Pokemon for some reason. Okay, for Alligator, tough lead with the Ghost fast move. Coming in with the Marowak. Because you can is that the 2 shields? Is that the shadow or non-shadow? I was going to say you can beat this thing in the 2 shield, but I'm not sure that's the case with the non-shadow for Alligator. But either way, they decide to Hydro Cannon and bail. That bail into a Licky Licky. I don't think it has a grass move. I know it has actually. It may have Solar Beam, but I think most people run it with like Shadow Ball and Body Slam. It has Earthquake, has Shadow Ball. There's the Earthquake. Do you get the farm down too? So coming out with energy and flipping switch, which is very nice. So this will maybe grab a shield, or maybe they can let it go. They do shield. They're going to commit to the farm down, come out with energy. And again, getting to move freaking Marowak. Putting in a ton of putting in a ton of work here. Cradily comes in. Bullet Seed is super effective. They could have Ice Beam. You'll live a super effective Ice Beam. And it is an Ice Beam. And are they going to try and catch? They did try and catch. And it is a Wigglytuff. So lowering their attack is nice. I wouldn't get farmed down. Okay, that lowering of the attack was nice enough to maybe put them in double resisted Astonish range. Yeah. Okay, good. And you do have the ability to reset. Could be Icy Wind, which is super effective. But gonna let it go anyways with their attack lowered twice. So not worried about that. Hitting them with the Mystical Fire, which is resisted, but from the red should be enough to take out here. Okay, good 5-0. Okay, Corviknight. Pretty good lead. Sand attack is resisted. They do have payback. They may not be aware of the Mystical Fire. Thinking it's just an Icy Wind. This could catch them off guard. And it does catch them off guard. Does hit them. Got to respect the payback. It is a payback. Are they going to give a switch or just go down here? If they go down here, it means they probably don't have a good second answer. They have one answer, but probably not a good second one. So for like, I would be swapping here into Cradily. I think once you lower the attack and hit it, or Marowak, that's fine. Again, I'm more worried about the Trailblaze here. That's why I said Cradily, but yeah, it doesn't. I feel like they don't have a good second answer for DRIFBLIM. And if they did, I don't know why they stayed in with Corviknight that has a resisted sand attack. I know it has payback, but hoping that the Icy Wind lowers their attack enough. But they've already Trailblazed once, right? So this is actually going to hit quite hard. It is a Carbink. So they do have a good second answer. So yeah, I guess they had to stay in on the lead there. DRIFBLIM comes in. The Astonish is neutral, trying to get to the Icy Wind to just lower that attack, which they cannot reset. And then I wouldn't get farmed down because there's no point of that. But coming in here, Bullet Seed is neutral. No, Bullet Seed's super effective on the rock. So Grass Knot will be super effective. Moonblast does not even do 50% after lowering the attack. Hoping that this puts it in Bullet Seed range. And it sure looks like it will. Yep. Take it out. Okay. Is this the one? Is this... It looks like Growlithe. And it is a... I'm guessing this is the one because I don't know what the hell I would do. I would know what the typing of this Pokemon. It is a Fire Rock. Okay. So we stay in this one. You know, Fire... It looks like it has Ember, so it's pretty quick charging. May have a rock move. Yeah, you gotta see that. Pelipper in the back. Holy crap. Okay, Pelipper in the back. This is a pretty wild team. Weather Balls are gonna spam, but we can get to a Rock Tomb here, which will be super effective and lower the attack. They are opting to shield. This could be like a double flyer team with Rock, Fire on the lead, double weak to ground. Like it's essentially Bastiodon, right? You're double weak to ground. You better have an answer for you better have two answers for Gastrodon. And there is a Jellicent. So that would be your second answer for Gastrodon, where you would resist the charge moves. So... What do you do here? Surf is super effective. Getting to the next Bone Club. They may shield to try and get the Surf off. They do get the Surf off. Takes you out. Now, are they just going to out-spam you to a move here? Going to out-spam you to a move here. Rock Slide. Hard hitting. Seems fun. Okay. Primeape, we've seen this, and it's a non-shadow, so it's even less threatening with the Shadow Rage Fist or the... It's going to be Rage Fist. You let the first one go. Does come pretty fast, though. And so fast that you need to throw here. Yeah, that's smart, and I'll explain why. Fast move timing says if you're going to be against like a Primeape with anything with a 2-turn move and you have a 3-turn moves, you want to do it on your odds. So 3, 9, 15 to minimize their energy. But it only takes 8 to get to a Rage Fist. So we went to 6 here, and if we tried to fast move time, they would have got to a second Rage Fist and got a move off. So you have to not try to time optimally and just throw on 6. Let them get the full karate chop through, or else they would have get to a Rage Fist and you would have had to burn a shield. So forcing them to burn a shield, even though you give a little bit of energy, is the correct play there. So going to the Icy Wind, this will take them out. Out comes a Stun Fist. Can we get to an Icy Wind before they get to move? No. Is it worth shielding? You have 2 answers in the back, so probably not. So letting this go down. Coming in Marowak, and it is a Corviknight in the back. So that was fast, so that's just a air cutter. I think you just play this matchup out. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised you didn't like rock slide it. Because you could have chipped them first before getting out. And like you don't, Marowak has such a good matchup against Stunfist too. Hitting super effective with the Bullet Seed, Grass Knot. It's not like it's an acid user. It's a Bullet Seed user. So I probably just would have played out the Marowak a little more. Where you had a Mud Slap, which is only single resisted. Rock Slide is neutral. You were already at a Rock Slide. Are lowering the attack for a second time, which is going to put them pressure on them to like get back into... But they're seeing Corviknight as their win con. I'm surprised they're throwing here. I thought they would just like try to take that energy. They're seeing Corviknight as a potential play, but I would have banked all that energy and gotten out into the Stunfisk. I really don't know what they're doing here. They burn shields and they're still staying in, and now throwing with their attack 3 times lowered. Oi, 2200 things. Why are you shielding a 3 times lowered move? Like, I would have let that 3 times lowered move go and then just come Marowak and swept it with the shield. So, getting to the Bone Club, they will have a Mud Bomb of their own. You are at a move, but again, it's pretty easy considering you had a back line that beat Stunfisk so handily. Okay, a few more battles here. DRIFBLIM into Ninetales. Kind of a weird one. These embers are really going to add up quick. That is just a weather ball. It's too fast. I think it was too fast to be a overheat. Those weather balls are obviously adding up. This could threaten a shadow ball. But if they let it go, then you may be in... okay, so they do shield, which is nice. You'll take switch here if you want. Yeah. Except when you do that. Now you have to just commit to the farm down and come out with a ton of energy. And worry that you weren't going to get it. You know, going down 2 shields and then giving up switch into a ground Pokemon when they have a fire on the lead and they 1,000,000,000% have 2 answers to ground in the back is a decision. So chipping with Bone Club, but now going to be taken out with the Surf. You do have Cradily, which you can get into. It's a pretty aggressive Bullet Seed down, so you're probably going to have to dump energy. Surf will be neutral. Shadow Ball will be neutral. So here comes one move. I feel like one turn deny picked up a bit. I've noticed that happened to me quite a few times, and it just happened to you too. One turn coming in seems to be like lagging again. I've noticed that a lot. And Cradily in the back, again, a second answer to ground water, because you have to cover that when you're using a Ninetales on the front. So you should be able to like kind of see that coming. Hoping to get to a move, do not get to a move. And now, how much energy do you have left here? Okay, you're already at 2 Icy Winds, that's okay. Icy Wind is super effective, and we almost had 2 of them, so here's one for the shield. Here's a second. Oh, no, you get outpaced. There you go. And that's why you don't double shield on the lead like that. Yeah. I think double shielding and then giving up switch into a ground Pokemon when they definitely have 2 ground answers in the back is just not the play. Last one, though. We have a great lead against Annihilate. They're going to have to get out. This is crazy to stay on. They could get a Rage Fist off, which is fine. But to then give a... Oh, crap. There's your ice. Too long. You got it. Quick. I know. I get it. It's an ice. You have no idea what to do against this ice Pokemon. Your grass that hits super effective against the water, and the rock tomb that's super effective and lowers the attack is the answer, and is also weak to Annihilate. It's a pretty good answer in general. Problem is you're so far behind. They shield once because now they know with the 2 times lowered, this rock tomb will not take out. And they caught on the Annihilate with that because you waited too long. This will take out, but the Dugong, that's kind of heads up by the Dugong. Oh, now you got to take... Oh, Jesus Christ. And now you have to shield up the super effective Rage Fist. And now the Dugong's going to come back in with some energy. Nope. The Bastiodon comes in. Oh my goodness. This is a comedy of... Like, if I was playing this game... These are the types of games... Don't get me wrong. This happens to me too. Where it's just like... What seems like bad play after bad play after bad play. This is the type of game that I would like instant delete. You are lucky that they just... What are you doing? You should be sacrificing the Cradily, knowing that Marowak's your win con against Bastiodon. Like, that is such unnecessary chip there. And now letting them get the farm down. You're going to get to a move. I swear this battle may be in here just to make my blood pressure go crazy. Because this is some of the craziest plays I've seen in my life. Now, Flamethrower won't take you out. And it's going to be tough to get to 2 Flamethrowers. So you're probably just going to mud slap down. But Jesus, that was nuts. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, thanks for the submissions. I swear you guys can send me submissions. I don't do this all the time. Only when it calls for it. Anyways, have a good battle day. Go battle day. Hundreds of battles, so you guys can send me a bunch of them. Great League is on next week with Halloween Cup, and then it's on again. So if you send me some battles in the next 48 hours, pretty good chance you'll be showcased in the next few weeks here. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.